Lights, camera, action!
So what comes to mind when you think of a great game advertisement? Something that makes you laugh?
Pie.
Something that makes you cry? Or something so unique and weird that it stays in your mind no matter what? Like this one. Today I want to talk about game advertisements, how they have changed over time, and what makes an ad work and stand out among the rest. For the purposes of this video, we will be talking about commercials that aired on TV or their extended versions, not trailers. Okay, so game commercials have, for the most part, gone through different changes in style since they have first aired. So let's take a trip back in time to one of the first ever game commercials. This one for the Magnavox Odyssey.
Magnavox presents Odyssey, the electronic game of the future. Odyssey easily attaches to any brand TV, black and white or color, to create a closed-circuit electronic playground.
Early game commercials had the same style of most commercials back in the 60s and 70s when this Magnavox Odyssey commercial came out.
One man with a deep voice.
Or one woman with a soft, smooth voice.
Does a voiceover telling what the product is and how to use it, while B-roll of a family on their couch is using the product in the background. Simple, effective, and informative. A good way to advertise your product, but at the expense of entertainment. See, these commercials lack that pop and pizzazz that pulls a viewer in. However, this was the style of not just the game commercials back then, but most commercials in that time. Now, let's head into the 1980s, where we can notice a small but very crucial change to game commercials.
It's heavy! I found the way to the gold. Pitfall by Activision.
Game advertisements started to utilize character. They began to move away from the generic family sitting around a television and now aim to create characters, sets, and minor stories to their advertisements in order to stand out from other games. Let's look at an example from 1981.
Solar Fox! There are like millions of them, Solar Fox! Like what are we gonna do?
Don't worry.
So now we have a pilot in a spaceship with an enthusiastic female co-pilot or sidekick, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, the point is this commercial has some semblance of individuality to it. You can also notice they have kept some aspects of the 1960s and 70s style commercial too. They're still gathered around a screen with the game controller in hand playing the game, but we'll see a shift in this style soon. Also, check this out. Look at these two. She is Jane Krakowski from 30 Rock, and that guy is Robert Sean Leonard from House.
Boxes full of clothes, CDs no one knows. When I wanted something for my Nintendo 64.
Where we see a significant change in advertisement style for games is the 1990s and the use of narratives. I can't stop using this word. You can see in the mid to late 90s, advertisers started to create complete stories and worlds for the commercials they created. Kind of like little sketches almost, like this.
Planting tulips in the winter can make for a very exciting spring. But first, the bulbs must be prepared.
Yeah, you in the sweater. Save yourself from the grips of old age and boredom. Step away from the table and put the shovel down.
This was a monumental shift in tone for game commercials, as is a style advertisers still use to this day. Not this commercial in particular, but you get the idea. This allowed advertisers to not be limited to the game's narrative, but instead create and use their own in order to further sell their product. Now in the early 2000s, we started to see more and more commercials use strictly gameplay or in-game cutscenes and animations. This is the result of better graphics in games in general. So advertisers could create full commercials within the game, like this famous commercial from 2003.
I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world.
We also see this style continue into the 2010s. And then game commercials start to be more like movie trailers. Oh yeah, and lots of celebrity cameos, like a lot more than usual. I mean, they've been around for quite a while, like look at Don Knotts over here.
You can't keep me in here, Atari.
The Atari video computer system is 20 cartridges.
But now it's very prevalent in today's commercials to do this kind of thing. And this is not something game commercials necessarily came up with, but like in the 1970s, it's just being paralleled to other commercials and doing what is successful in advertising. Nowadays, famous celebrities and actors are in commercials all the time because it's effective. And now we arrive at today, 2017. And let me just find a commercial from a game that's coming out soon to say where we're at.
The Order will tear our Egypt apart. What will you do, Magi?
Assassin's Creed Origins.
This is a great example of what modern game commercials are like. It's not bad, but it's not good either. The style is pretty bland and generic, to be honest. An ominous, vague voiceover with hard cuts, short clips of gameplay and animations, maybe some dubstep with a build-up, and then BAM! Game title. Just a few games off the top of my head that I can think of that do this recently are Evil Within 2, Middle-earth, Shadow of War, and whatever Call of Duty game is coming out next. Mind you, this says nothing about the quality of these games. These could be good games for all we know, but these styles of commercials are, in my opinion, generic and unmemorable. But everyone can appreciate a commercial that thinks outside the box and uses a distinct style choice to create a truly memorable commercial.
For all he does, for all of us, to Michael. To Michael! To Michael! To Michael!
So what makes a commercial good? Well, from a purely business perspective, a trailer is good if it generates hype and pre-orders and can help increase sales, but I'm not a businessman. I'm just a normal, everyday consumer, probably just like you. So what makes a trailer good for us normal people? I believe it's two traits. First, if it can generate a genuine emotional response from the viewer, and second, if it can accurately summarize and convey to the viewer the tone or message of the game. A superb example of an ad that achieves both of these traits is the Believe trailer from Halo 3. Now I'm going to run this ad in its entirety. It's only about a minute long. But if you've seen it already, feel free to skip and go ahead. The trailer is shot with motionless figures in a detailed, handmade environment fighting in a battle. No animation, just great cinematography and lighting that illustrates an easy-to-follow story. Now that is a good commercial. Do I think game commercials now are better than they have been before? Yeah, I mean, look how far we've come with game commercials, and it will only get better with advancements in graphics and filmmaking. I hope this video has been informative or entertaining to anyone out there, and I just want to say, thanks for watching.